If I was a consumer of fitness and I wanted to lose weight and I took your mentality and said, I'll only do it for free, well, you'd never have any clients, would you?
On this week's episode of the FMA podcast, we're changing it up. We're coming to you with direct education on one subject. Today's subject is why online coaches need paid ads in their business.
The moment you learn paid ads, it's not competitive at all. You've got the whole world for the taking, right?
We discuss why you shouldn't be boosting posts inside of Meta.
If boosted posts worked, why would we even have agencies or all of these complex marketing stuff?
Why business coaches and mentors don't know what they're doing when it comes to paid ads.
The risk you've got is time plus your hard-earned money. So no one wants to learn it and get it wrong. I can't believe every online coach isn't already leveraging paid ads within their business.
Why organic marketing is dying and what you can do to grow fast.
All you're doing is putting the same content out into the organic ecosystem every other coach has got. There's not many topics left that you can speak about that haven't been spoken.
Let's jump into the episode. Luke, let's jam on why do online coaches need paid ads in 2025 and beyond?
Yeah, great question. And I can't believe every online coach isn't already leveraging paid ads within their business. If you look at the landscape of organic content, it's just very slow. It takes ages to build trust where people are making purchasing decisions on know, like, and trust. How much content in minutes or hours does someone need to consume to know, like, and trust you? It takes months to convert someone, right? So most online coaches we speak to, they talk about how competitive the market is. It's so hard to get clients. All you're doing is putting the same content out into the organic ecosystem that every other coach has got. Everyone's got the same, the hooks from ChatGPT, the AI editing apps that make your content look good with snaps, and there's not many topics left that you can speak about that haven't been spoken to. And then it comes down to, well, your personality does the selling. But most people online, they don't really have that strong of an engulfing personality to take over organic and go viral and blow their profile up. So they're just hoping and praying, basically, in a sea of thousands of other online coaches all posting the same thing. So people say online coaching is competitive. It's just really competitive at the bottom. But the moment you learn paid ads, it's not competitive at all. You've got the whole world for the taking, right?
Because the consumer may see your content and be interested in it, but not follow your page, not like you, but just be intrigued by you as a character behind the camera and the information that you're sharing. And then 3 seconds later, they're bored and they scroll on to the next thing. And then suddenly the algorithm is littering their feed with loads of different online coaches.
Yeah. And the chances of them seeing you again, unless they do click follow, which great, then they'll see more of your content. But if they don't, they'll probably never see you again, really. Because as you said, if you help men or you help dads as an online coach, the moment someone engages in your content, the algorithm feeds all of your competition to the same person. So if you put 1,000 online coaches in a room and you put Steve, who's a dad, in the room and said, pick an online coach, would you gamble your savings Steve would pick you?
Based on your content?
Based on your content, yeah. And if there's just 1,000 of you in a room and we just said, Steve, pick an online coach you're going to work with, he's never going to pick you, right? Whereas paid ads is a way for you to put your hand up in that room and say, hey, pick me. I'm an online coach. I can help you.
And going back to what you said, like, no one is doing paid ads really in the online coaching space. It's very early adopters always win. And what we see, of course, there's coaches doing paid ads, but most just focus all their time, energy, and attention on content marketing. And like, here's the thing with that is, yes, it's free, but it's not really free because it's your time. And unless you're a content production machine, you get in front of the camera, you stumble on your script, it takes you 2-3 hours to create one video because you're not happy with the way that you present yourself, the way that you look, the background, the lighting, so you're consistently editing it. Then you have to go and upload it, you have to create the copy, use the app or a app to do effects on the video. And before you know it, you've lost like 5 hours of your day on your first video. Now, the more content you produce and you pump out, of course, you're going to get quicker at producing content. And then your business may grow and you can maybe outsource elements of this to people to assist you with the production of the content. But really, like, it's just a massive time suck and it's frustrating as hell.
Yeah. And I think, look, online coaches share that mentality of, oh, well, paid ads that you got to pay, but then they'll be on a sales call with a potential client saying you shouldn't try and sort your health and fitness for free because you need accountability, you need skin in the game. That's how you get results. So it's like you're selling the idea of paying for something, but then you won't pay for
Advertise.
You won't pay to advertise yourself because you want to do it for free. So it's like, if I was a consumer of fitness and I wanted to lose weight and I took your mentality and said, I'll only do it for free, well, you'd never have any clients, would you? So you've got to change your mindset to say, well, I'm willing to pay for things if it speeds up the process and gets me accountability, so that when you're on sales calls as well, you can have that mindset. But I don't think online coaches are even tied to like the question of should I do organic or should I do paid. If you went and spoke to 100 online coaches and said, do you want to grow faster and get more clients easier? The answer would be yes. So organic and paid is irrelevant. We're talking the currency is customers, right? What is the single most effective way, or
The quickest way to get a customer.
yeah, what's the quickest way to get a customer? Well, it's paid advertising, but also what metric would you track as a business that would help you get customers faster? It'd be the amount of conversations you could have on a daily basis, right? The more conversations I could have on a daily basis, the more customers I should theoretically get through the door. If you weighed up how many conversations you could have organically versus paid, one's tens, or maybe your mentor says DM 100, cold DM 100 people a day, and you think, wow, 100 people is a lot. You spend a small budget on ads, you can be in front of thousands of people, putting your message out to them and sparking those conversations. So why wouldn't you 10, 20x your conversation output?
So the market is not saturated. It's just you're fishing in the wrong ponds to catch.
Yeah, it's like if you went to, let's say you wanted to cook dinner tonight and you wanted to fish and you went to a pond and you, all around it was fishermen. There's literally one space for you to plant your fishing rod. In your head, you'd be thinking, I'm not catching a fish because it's like a tiny lake, whatever, and there's 100 fishermen around it. I've got no chance.
And that's what the online coaching space is like,
the online coaching
with content production,
yeah,
and pumping content out and hoping to get clients from content only.
Yeah, but the problem is those fishermen are so stubborn. No one wants to be the first to leave and say, you know what, I'm going to go somewhere else because I was here first, or I'm the best fisherman here. I've got the best rod, so I'm going to catch the fish. If you just look behind you, there's an ocean, and no one's there. And it's not that there's not enough. If you look at the data in the UK, and I'm sure this is around the world, people are going backwards with their health and fitness. There's more people now in the UK that need help with their health and fitness than 5 and 10 years ago. So there's too many coaches. Where's that coming from? That's not true at all. There's not enough coaches. The problem is you're all in the pond. Just look behind you. There's a massive ocean and there's only one other person with a rod in it. And actually they're focusing on themselves because their level of sophistication to even be there in the first place is higher. So they're doing their own thing. But you're just focusing on the wrong pond.
I don't blame online coaches for just focusing on content because that's what they've been educated and told to do by so many business mentors in the fitness space. So I blame the mentors. So why do so many business mentors just teach and preach content organic and they don't focus on paid?
Well, a few reasons. Number one, because most online coaching mentors who probably got in the industry 5, 6, 7 years ago from a mentoring space, maybe they had a fitness business before that. When they had a fitness business, you could stand at the pond with your fishing rod and get clients pretty easily because online coaching wasn't really, it was a thing, but it wasn't mainstream. Like
pre-COVID.
Yeah, pre-COVID, I'm talking 5, 6, 10 years ago. Like online coaching wasn't big. So you could rock up to the pond with your fishing rod and like do okay. And you could throw a few bits of content out, and Instagram, although it still had millions of people, it isn't the beast. It wasn't the beast it is today, and the algorithm was very different. So you could get away with those things. The problem is that mentor is so stubborn, they don't want to be the first to turn around and say, you know what, times have changed. What I'm teaching doesn't work anymore. I need to go and do this new thing. I need to go to the big ocean, because they've got their systems in place. They've got all of their results. We're talking about what happened before. Everything's set up in their business for this time that doesn't exist anymore. And nobody wants to say, actually, I don't think I teach something relevant anymore. You got to lose focus and lose face for a minute, right?
Yeah, but also a lot of the business mentors, they don't teach paid ads. because they don't do paid ads. They don't understand it. And the way that I look at it, and I talk about the UK school system. If you are at primary school, you have to do SATs tests, and then you go to secondary school and you have to do GCSEs, and then you do A levels, and then if you go to university, you do a degree, and then you can do a master's degree. And you've got a long list of different educational levels, and it's the same with marketing. And for me, like paid ads, to put money into Meta to get a return of investment month after month after month, it's master's level. That's how much you need to understand psychology, copy, creative, funnel creation, conversion, and then the back end of setting up Meta ads. And the content production, teaching content production is like GCSE level. Like it's pretty easy to just teach content production.
Yeah.
But it's a completely different ballgame to teach, but not even just teach, do Meta ads for coaches. So the mentors, the business coaches, what they'll do is they'll bring in like a guest expert to teach maybe paid ads, but like really that person is only teaching like boosted posts, which is another topic we'll come to in a second. But that's what I see in the business mentoring space. Is the reason that the business mentors aren't teaching paid ads is because they don't know how to do paid ads themselves.
Yeah. I think that's a huge part of it. And then, they don't want to learn it because they don't want to get it wrong and waste their own money. Because you and I both know with organic, the only risk you have is time. With paid, the risk you've got is time plus your hard-earned money. So no one wants to learn it and get it wrong. But I think there's something not more sinister at play, but I think a lot of mentors know that paid ads is really fast. So if you join me on the presumption that we're going to leverage paid ads, within a few months, if it doesn't work, you've got hard data that says you spent this, you didn't get a return, the cost per lead was too high, what you've taught me or what you've built for me, whatever, hasn't worked. I'm going to leave your mentorship because paid ads is meant to be, you say, great, build it by breakfast.
No, my quote is, you turn a Meta ad campaign on at breakfast, you need a few hours for the campaign to kick in. By dinner time, you've got leads. And if you've been trained in professional sales by you, you'll make sales within 24 hours.
Yeah, you can't say that organically though. So if I was a mentor and I was like, this industry is full of mentors, it's full of online coaches who come and go. The one metric I need to master in my business is lifetime value. How do I increase my lifetime value? Well, it's hook you in on the premise that it takes 12 months, Ben, to build an online coaching business. So now in your head, you're thinking, right, well, if in 6 months I've not really got any clients, that's fine because Luke told me it took 12 months. But that's just BS. You like, we know that's not true, but I'm setting your expectations so far in the future so that I'm buying myself time. And then when I sign you up as a client, I can say, well, I've got you for 12 months. If you're paying me X amount a month, I can times that by 12. Great, my lifetime value is amazing. But that's wrong on so many different ways, but also you don't trust yourself to deliver a result fast, So with paid ads, you've got to put your money where your mouth is and say, you know what, if you join me within 4 weeks, you've got clients through the door. And
the business, I love what you said, because the business mentor has got their interest at heart, which is 100%. To build recurring revenue in their business.
Yeah,
and bait the online coach along, like, oh, it's going to take this long. What would you say when the business mentor says, oh, you need to go slow and you need to like make sure you got all the processes and systems in place, and paid ads is just like fast?
Yeah, people think online coaching is like sending a rocket to the moon. Like I've seen the inside of some very successful online coaching businesses. I could build that in a week max I was going to say with AI, but you don't even there's so many automated tools for online coaching that, yes, I do believe it's got to be humanized. That's a different topic, but it's not that hard as a business to run. Like it's not. So the hardest part is getting clients. So I think,
so why make it even harder and just focus purely on organic?
Yeah, exactly. There's so many different levels to it, but I think that's what it comes down to, right? Like if I went up to that online coach or that mentor and I had a gun to their head and I said, right, 2 options, grow slow or grow fast, which one do you pick? There isn't a single person that would look at their kids in their eyes and say, I'm going to earn money slower for you. I just don't believe it. Okay, you might be listening and think, I don't have kids, but you want a mortgage. Hey, actually, I'm going to spend 3 years longer getting a mortgage because my mentor said, grow slow. I just think, what a load of nonsense. No one opens a business to grow slow. That's just I don't know how to grow fast, so I'm going to pretend, oh, I'm growing slow because I want it to be efficient and I want the systems. You don't know how to grow fast, do you?
And what's funny is that all of these business mentors all run paid ads.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is that? Because it works.
Yeah. Albeit most of them run them wrong. But
No, what they do, they outsource it.
yeah.
So they don't do it themselves because they don't know how to do it. Last question, boosted posts. Why is that a bad idea?
Well, to be in the position where you're doing boosted posts, it's firstly good because you've at least identified, I've got to pay somewhere to try and get my thing out there to get more clients in. But with the world of marketing and all the complex stuff you hear around funnels, VSLs, copy, creative, and all of this stuff that actually makes up a proper paid ad marketing system, did you really think there was going to be a system where you click one button, put an ad out, and you've cracked paid marketing? That's Instagram. Everything is a business that revolves around money. If the world shuts in a year, how can I make sure in the next year I make as much money as possible? And if you start looking at every business like that, you start realizing, well, Meta is a business and Mark wants as much money as possible and he's got staff to pay and they've got families to feed. How can we get as much money as easy as possible from people on this platform? Well, we've got loads of businesses that don't know how to run paid ads, but we can pretend we have a way for them to use paid ads without having to learn it. All we've got to do is click a button. Think about how many more people will click that button than go and learn paid ads. We can make a lot of money. Let's do that on Instagram. Let's just put a button that they can click and spend money because then we'll get more money. And that's all it is. It's Instagram saying, with all due respect, you're not smart enough to go learn paid ads. So here's a way you can think you're using paid ads and put money in our pocket as well. So now we've got both ends of the market. We've got sophisticated marketers that are actually trying to grow their business properly. And we've got people that don't know paid ads. Well, let's capitalize. Let's fish in both ponds. We'll take all of the money. And that's all Instagram's doing with boosted posts, I think, anyway.
I agree. And if you're doing boosted posts right now, it's like flushing money down the toilet.
Yeah, 100%. If boosted posts worked, why would we even have agencies or all of these complex marketing stuff? You would just see organic posts.
Well, every e-commerce brand would just go boost posts.
Yeah, boost posts, and we'd all be millionaires.
Yeah.
If all I had to do is click boost a post, do you not think I'd be boosting posts and making loads of money doing things? But sometimes it's like you got to see through, not the lies, but you got to see through it. It's like your mate down the pub that says they've just landed on a new drop shipping thing and they're going to make 20k and it's this easy business idea or affiliate marketing or whatever, crypto. It's the same with boost posts. Like you just got to think with your head sometimes.
Thank you. If you've enjoyed this episode, if you're an online coach who wants help with paid ads, we can potentially help you. Go to fmademo.com. There you'll be able to book a call and we can share screen and show you our system and how everything works. Thank you, Luke, for joining me on this episode of the podcast, and we'll see you guys soon.